Hey, what's up you guys? And today I'm doing something a little bit different. Today I want to talk about something that I find quite intriguing, which is Shane Dawson and his influence over the YouTube community. Shane Dawson, as we all know, has been changing the landscape of YouTube throughout his entire career on the platform. Lately, his content has been more focused on personal stuff, like the series he did with his dad, and the few I'm going to talk about today, like the series he did with Bobby Burns and Bunny. These more serious, more authentic videos have him diving deep into the lives of other creators. And by doing this, he's been shedding light on the struggles of making a living on YouTube. I've been following all of these stories very closely, and the other day I made an odd discovery. The lives that he's touched haven't just magically been fixed, but instead they seem to have been doing worse, or at least not better than they were doing before. But before you jump to conclusions, I want to discuss my theories on this and what it could mean for these creators. I have three that I would love to address more into detail, which is Bunny, obviously, Bobby Burns, and Lisa Schwartz. Lisa is a prime example of this theory because she is the first example. Now, we all knew Shisa, the iconic couple of YouTube, and after breaking up, they both suffered kind of greatly with YouTube and just creativity in general. It's pretty common knowledge that people fell in love with Lisa because of Shane, and though they may love her now, the breakup would have caused a rift, and of course, like every young audience does, you have to choose sides. Even though on YouTube that's not really a thing, you can still watch both of them and support both of them, but YouTube. So it made sense that Shane bounced back from this a lot better and was thriving, but Lisa seemed to have a little bit of trouble, and at first she didn't express it. She was doing her usual videos of Freaky Friday every Friday. She had a nice set schedule. Recently she has been discussing about quitting YouTube even, and how she feels kind of defeated, and how the algorithm has really fucked with her shit.
I'm just sort of getting fed up with all of it, and it's not just like the ads. Obviously my numbers are down, and part of that honestly is some of the YouTube stuff, but a lot of it is just me.
This has also led her to be confused on what exactly her audience wants. Her Freaky Friday videos do really well because it has clickable thumbnails and love scary shit, and a lot of her audience came from Shane, and that was something he was known for. But stuff she enjoys doing, like clothing hauls for example, didn't get as much love, and so she was kind of stuck doing stuff she didn't want to do but thought her audience wanted. And of course, as we all know, when YouTubers don't put 100% in their work, the audience notices. I'm starting to wonder if it's the expectations that are put on her, maybe even subconsciously by her audience, is what's causing this distress. And I know when YouTubers start venting their frustrations about their content and how they don't feel it anymore, the comments are always like, do what you love, we'll support you no matter what. But when doing something you love gets more of a negative feedback than something like her Freaky Friday videos, then she's probably going to want to do what makes her audience happy. And of course, you enter the cycle. If you didn't know Bobby before Shane's series, we all just met him as some hater kid that Shane flew out to LA and then gave him a Jeep for some reason, and now they're friends? Yeah, okay. I know there's a ton of conspiracies on whether or not Bobby is a good person or if he's using Shane, but I'm not really interested in that right now. I'm interested in something else. Before the collab with Shane, Bobby's channel was doing relatively fine. It wasn't a huge channel, but it had subscribers and it had views, and they made consistent content that basically covered the same things. But if you keep up with him, ever since his collab with Shane, he's obviously been struggling, produced less content, and also has been venting his frustrations on what he really wants to produce. He doesn't really know who he is or how he fits into this whole YouTube game.
I would go to touch my camera or touch Premiere, and I would just have a full-blown anxiety attack. When this was first happening, I was so confused. I was like, why? I love making videos. Why the fuck is this happening? And the reason it was happening is because I completely burnt myself out, and I lost myself. Just completely lost myself in YouTube.
And the reason I'm mentioning Bobby in this is because his channel was doing fine before Shane, unlike Bunny, who we'll talk about next. He's reinvented himself a few times, and you can see him struggling to deal with being exposed to this amount of people in such a short period of time. And of course, the one that kind of started this theory, Bunny. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you watched the series Shane did on his channel with Bunny, which was amazing, and oh my god. I was actually subscribed to Bunny and I loved her Does This Thing Really Work? And all of her videos, honestly. I thought she was a great creator, but like everyone else, I kind of had stopped clicking on her videos and I didn't really notice it. There was no particular reason. I just didn't feel the urge to watch them anymore. But ever since her collab with Shane, did I say collab with Shab? Okay, that was great. Ever since her collab with Shane, I've been keeping up with her to see how she's doing, and it's not the best. But actually watching her most recent vlog, the one that's titled We Need to Talk, that vlog, after watching that, she said a few things that stuck out to me.
It takes time, and I can't beg you to stay. I can't promise that everything is gonna be perfect by tomorrow. I don't want to make these unrealistic pressures on myself. I can't be Shane, you guys. I love Shane, but I'm not Shane, I'm Bunny.
And those few phrases that she mentioned in that video is kind of what inspired this video. Watching her struggle with all these expectations she has in her head or from the internet is kind of heartbreaking. You can see how much she cares about what she's doing and how lost she is. To be honest, we all kind of assumed she would be magically fixed, that she would do these collabs with Shane and then suddenly, boom, she's back to where she was in 2014, 2015, I don't keep track of time. But the thing is, that's just not how people work. In fact, I would go as far to say that being exposed to Shane's audience has actually been the main contributor to these YouTubers' struggles. Okay, before you guys grab your pitchforks and whatever the fucks, I am in no way blaming Shane. His content is amazing. I watch him religiously. Garrett Watts is my God. I don't know what he is. I know God is a woman and whatever, but Garrett Watts, purest soul on the planet. Why am I doing okay? What I am trying to say though is that Shane is such an icon that he comes into these creators' world with his audience and then leaves, but his audience stays, and it's a little overwhelming and almost impossible to keep up with. Shane has built his audience for years and they're used to highly edited, well-written pieces because that's just who Shane is. He's a director, an actor, and a beautiful fucked up mind. But the people he encounters are not him. Lisa may love scary things like Shane, but she also loves clothing hauls and trying weird products and other things that make her happy. But these things might not be things that Shane's audience would approve of. And since the bulk of her audience came from his channel, this really hurts her in views. There is a spider on my floor, oh my god. Bunny, on the other hand, loves sit-down talks and thrifting and trying out weird shit and videos that are not very edited and have a very natural flow to them. Bobby had a niche? Bobby had a thing for doing reviews and sharing negative opinions, but doesn't consider that his passion and is now thrown out into this sea of people not knowing exactly what he wants to do and suffering for it. It puts them all in a confusing, frustrating position. Create content like Shane, what the audience wants, or create content that you love to do. All of these YouTubers have discussed this. Obviously, Shane did not mean for this to happen, and you can't really blame him or say it's his fault, and you can't really blame the creators he's touched because it's not really their fault either. This is just something I've noticed, and I kind of had a revelation, and I kind of want to discuss it with people, so I thought I would point it out and show you my points on it. I do want to add that I think these downfalls are something that these creators kind of need to go through. Need is a strong word. They shouldn't have to go through all this because it is stressful. But I think it's something that can lead to something better. They keep trying to make better versions of themselves, but keep tripping and falling, which is natural. That's how all of us deal with life. We can't just run through life. There's always trips and falls and setbacks. And I think a lot of the bulk audience just expected these YouTubers to magically turn into their 2.0 versions, and that's just not gonna happen. But to be honest, this is better. We're witnessing the struggle. We're witnessing what people usually put behind closed doors and not in the scrutiny of the public eye. We're seeing people grow and learn and struggle, and it's honestly inspiring. All of it. It's all inspiring. And for me, it's what makes them watchable. And you watch Shane and you see him try to change people's lives and just putting it all out there. I mean, there's something there, you know? So once these creators and their fans just realize that they're never gonna be Shane Dawson and their videos they produce will never be just like Shane Dawson's, I think we're gonna see these YouTubers flourish. But they need to know they have time. They don't need to force themselves to do things that are unhappy, and they don't need to force themselves to produce content they don't like. So if any of them happen to watch this, I know that's probably impossible, but if any of them do, I love you. I love your content, and you are yourself, and that's perfectly okay. And if Shane somehow watches this, don't stop doing what you're doing. You're causing the change. Though it may seem bad now, there's usually a rainbow on the other side. That was gross. Oh, but kind of a LGBTQ plus reference, so like, does that make it more cheesy or less cheesy? I don't know. I can't wait to continue to follow these stories though. You have no idea how excited I am for anything that Shane puts out, and to watch these YouTubers grow as people, and to watch the audience grow as people, honestly. But comment your ideas and opinions below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do y'all even see what I'm talking about? Or am I just rambling on for like 15 minutes? I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. But please let me know. I need someone to discuss this with. Anyways, thanks for watching. I know Sammy wasn't in this video, but don't worry. She's gonna be having a video next week. We're just doing something a little different, trying to deal with summer. That was a real long exhale. And I also got a job, so filming has gotten a little complicated since, you know, I'm working. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You can subscribe down below if you haven't already, and yeah, thanks. Yay!